Yeah, very excited to go to the Conference USA Championship and play an excellent football team in Jacksonville State. It's been a long road to get there. Very proud of our football team and what they've been able to accomplish to get to this part. Now we need to go win it, and it will be a great challenge for us, but we're excited and ready for that opportunity when that said questions.
Can you just kind of discuss the impact of reaching this championship has on your program, short-term and long-term?
Well, it's one of your goals for sure, right? You know, when you start every season, you want to compete for your conference championship, and you want to go to bowl games, you want to win bowl games. So it's one of those goals, and you know, we haven't won a championship yet, and so at least I haven't here. So that would be great if we could do that. And so we're excited for that opportunity, but it's definitely a goal that we have. And I want to make sure we complete this journey that we're on and end it in a winning note.
The first time in 3 years that you're going, but completely different team back then than it is now. But you're also going on the road again. Have you find yourself looking back at that, learning, taking off what you learned from that, and trying to use some of that going into this one? Or?
Well, I think our team enjoys being on the road. I think they've always embraced that. Just really, when you're in a championship game, it doesn't matter. You can play in a parking lot. You just want to play the dang game. So, really, we don't care, to be honest with you. And Jacksonville State's a good place to play, and it'll be a good atmosphere. And so our guys will be excited and be ready to go.
What's kind of the preparation to play a team on Saturday and turn around and on the next Friday? Is that quickly turn around with the same team, something you've experienced before in your career?
I have. It's something where you know each other, and so you always got to have some extra bullets in the chamber, and so there's things everybody knows you do what you do, right? There's that part, and then you make adjustments off of what you saw last time, and then you add some new things, and that's just the game that we play. And so I expect both teams to make adjustments off of what we did this past week.
You talked all season about this group of guys, the culture that they bring to this year's group, honorable, competitive. How does that really help go and win a championship?
Well, I tell you, we would not be sitting here today with the opportunity to compete for a championship if our culture was not fantastic and our team was not a bunch of men that, they're all pulling in the same direction, and it's all about team. It's all about team at the end of the day. And in today's college football world, that's hard to do. That's hard to do. Especially right now, you see, guys are finishing the season, and there's a lot of transition going on. And so just to be able to be in this position with this group, this has been a fantastic group, one of my favorite groups, to be honest with you. There's so many guys that have had a lot of great senior leadership this year. I think our staff did a great job of the men that we added to our football team that are really just a one-year guy. They were the right kind of guys, and I think that really put us over the top, to be quite honest with you, and that's hard to do. And it says a lot about who we are as a program, our culture, the men that we're looking for to play for this program. So there's a lot to be proud of for sure going into this game.
Speaking of transition, down on Thursday and then get a chance to get on the field.
Yeah, so you're talking about the travel piece? Yeah, so we'll bust down on Thursday, stay in Birmingham, and then go play the game Friday evening.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the transition too. While this is going on, of course, you got early signing day, 2 days from now?
Wednesday, yeah.
You got the portal opening up on the 9th. A lot going on with that. You guys are going to be working it. You probably have some guys going in. How are you handling all that? And I wanted to ask you what your policy is on guys in the portal this year.
Yeah, this is the part of the job I love, to be honest with you. I really embrace this part of the job. It's the opportunity to really get better as a football team. And so, when I don't know why, but a lot of people that they hate it, they don't like it, all this stuff. I look at it kind of like the National Football League. Every single year they're trying to put the pieces together, right? We have some really good football players here that hopefully we can retain. But I'm a realist and think that everybody has to evaluate every single year what is, my next step, both coaches and players. So long as you're open and honest and have those conversations and everybody's on the up and up, we've done well here. We've been able to keep some of our best players here that had great opportunities, and the data shows they made the right decisions. You look at 3 years of third-round draft picks, with the men that stayed here. That says a lot about this place and about this program. Some guys will leave, and I'm understand it. Some guys realize, hey, Coach, I've been here 4 or 5 years, love this place, but really wanted my last year, want to try to go see and do something. Maybe it's closer to home. Maybe there's a connection there. I get it. It's a part of it. I like it. I embrace it. I think it's an opportunity to get better. And, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. And I think it's an opportunity to get better. And I think our team understands that. And that's why in the past we've always gotten better as a football team.
Now, do you continue letting guys that are in the portal play?
Yes, sir. Very much so. I don't believe in that. Some guys choose to go into the portal, and just because of the communication piece of it, it's best for them to go ahead and move on and not go, to the bowl and all that. But I want to give everybody an opportunity, if they want to play in the bowl game, to play in the bowl game, because going to bowl games is good. Winning bowl games is even better. And my job as a head football coach is to put the best team on the field to go win each and every single game. We'll handle everything that comes after that. Plus, what it allows you to do is it allows you to keep those guys with you and keep the conversation going. I think back to a Malachi Corley, a D'Angelo Malone, a Broderick Martin. All those people were in the portal at one point in time. All those people played in the bowl game. It allowed us to continue to talk and have the conversations, and they realized at the end of the day, Western Kentucky is still the best place for me. So I believe in that because that's my job, is to win games. It's a part of what we, this business, to be quite honest with you. And so I have no issues with that whatsoever.
Looking at Jack State, the quarterback goes down in the middle of the game there. Smothers comes in at the end. Obviously, don't know the status of right now. But when you're practicing out there, you compare for him to play, and if you're preparing for both, and they're kind of a little differences that you have.
I tell you, both quarterbacks are excellent football players, and I don't think there's a drop off one bit when Smothers comes in the game. Played against him last year. Thought he was fantastic last year. He's an explosive player. When he takes off and runs with it, he can go. And he's a quality passer. And so I think, we have 2 quality quarterbacks. They have 2 quality quarterbacks. We'll see which one plays. But both those quarterbacks for them are fantastic players.
Give you a Will Friend question. Just looking at the offense overall, I thought no turnovers last week. Yeah, outgained Jack State, but just 1 touchdown. You did put points on the board several other times. How do you feel overall about the way you guys played them?
The name of the game is to win, and we won. That's the main thing. But we had a lot of mishaps. We made explosive plays downfield, had Helton calls, right? Fumbled the snap on a 4th and 1. Think back to missed opportunities down there in the red zone. So if you want to win a championship, we better clean those things up in this game. We moved the ball well. We had explosive plays, but we also shot ourselves in the foot. And so we got to clean those things up if we want to win this week.
When you have those illegal procedures there, I believe that 4th down, it was illegal formation, right?
Yeah, it was a legal formation. Didn't get lined up at the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
Is that just communicating and make sure everybody's lined up in the right place, or is that just how do you attack that?
Well, it's a play we run a lot, number one. So it was extremely disappointing at a critical moment to have that. But those are the types of plays that win and lose football games, right? And so you want to win a championship. That's a great example that you just brought up. We got to get it right. You cannot have the procedure mistakes, the alignment mistakes, the mental error mistakes. Those are all the things we got to clean up for sure.
Wanted to ask you about Elijah too. He's always been kind of a hurdling kind of guy. We catch images of him airborne, but I think he went higher than I've ever seen him in this last game. Are you concerned at all? Do you try and dial that down, or
No,
just
sir.
accept that as part of the game?
He is what he is, and he's a good football player, and that's part of his game. Do I hold my breath? Yes, I do. But more often than not, he's given everything he's got, and he's willing to sell his body for this program. So we're proud of him. He came up huge in this past game. Huge for us in all areas. Ground game, passing game, pass protection, his blocking was outstanding. So I let him do his thing.
You talked about mentality and especially how in the championship game, mental errors, you can't have those. How important is senior leadership, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, to get some of these players ready for their first time in the conference championship?
Yeah, it's everything. You want to be led by your seniors, and I feel we are that way. We had senior day this past game, and that it went from one end of the field to the other. So we're going to be losing a lot of guys that I love and very proud of, and they're the reason why we're sitting here today, and they'll be a big part of this game, and their leadership will definitely need to take effect for sure.
Well, you guys held the top scoring offense in the league to 17 points. Do you expect a similar type of game in the rematch? Do you have any expectations? How do you see this one going?
I have no idea. I just want to have one more point than they do, and just win the game. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of back and forth. I'm sure they'll make adjustments, and we'll make adjustments. And with the new technology that we have with the iPads and all those things, it really brings the coach back into perspective. And so we got to be able to make the adjustments early in this game on both sides of the ball from what we saw last week. And so I couldn't tell you. I just want one more point than they do and win the championship.
Have you had this experience before your first, maybe as an assistant?
Say it again.
Play back-to-back weeks, same team.
Yeah, I have. I couldn't tell you what it was. My memory is, my memory somewhere along the line. I believe I have. Yeah. Don't hold me to it when you look at it in case I'm wrong.
What were the first two schools you coached at?
University of Hawaii and University of Memphis. Yeah.
You mentioned Elijah earlier. I don't know what his season high carried more about. We had 19 this past game. Is that another? You're going to bring that into this week as well, trying to establish that run there and get him going.
Yeah, we definitely need to have a strong run game. We got to have balance, and they did a good job last week. They loaded the box, and then they also dropped into coverage to keep you guessing, and so it was a little bit of a chess match. We got to guess right, and but the ground game will be extremely important. It's not how much you run it; it's the quality of the runs and making them have to put the extra player in the box.
Is there any chance River Helms gets back this year? Or is he done?
No, he's done. He's had surgery, and so
What was the surgery?
he had a labrum tear, so we went ahead and fixed that. Yeah, and he'll be ready to roll, and he's doing good. All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.